Hey guys, it's Bree, and today I have an unboxing of the WeDo Tina 2 3D printer. It's very small, which is what intrigued me into wanting it. Um, but I did get the model that was not Wi-Fi, and this is like I am a true beginner into 3D printing. As you can see here, this is what it looks like when it's printing. And I actually just went through the test files to try to see what I could do and kind of learn the whole gist of 3D printing. I will say, like, this review is based off of a complete newbie. I have no experience with 3D printing. I've never dealt with 3D printers before, but I seen a video of it and I thought it was really cool and I wanted to try my hand at it. So the Tina 2 really got a lot of reviews, and the small footprint is what initially made me want to get it. And here is the finished print of that square, like little test square. But the Tina 2 does come with a lot of good accessories that I really did like. I mean, I don't know if other 3D printers come with a lot of stuff, but I was impressed by this little baggie here because it was like anything that you needed to fix on it, they definitely provided it for you. For instance, this little screw, well, wrench or whatever you want to call it, I don't know the correct name, but that's how you get the nozzle off. And then you have this little poker to kind of clean that nozzle if it's clogged, which I thought was pretty interesting. I had to definitely watch videos to figure that out. And then you get these two little L shaped things, and those are to unscrew the hot end. And it actually works really good because I definitely unscrewed that hot end, which I'll explain why later on. And then you have this little adapter piece, which I personally don't know what it's used for, but that's okay. So the next thing is you have a replacement nozzle, and this is a 0.4 size nozzle. Yeah, I know there's different sizes and whatnot, but what comes attached to the actual machine is a 0.4, and then you get a replacement 0.4 nozzle as well. And this right here is the TF reader adapter. I'm not sure what TF stands for, but that's like the micro SD card that is provided with this Tina 2. And the micro SD, which is here, it has your tutorials for how to like set it up, as well as your software, your slicing software, which the Tina 2 uses the WeBuilder software, and I felt like it was very beginner friendly. That is the micro SD, and it also has a few test prints on there as well, which I really enjoyed. And then it just goes in the back of the adapter like that, and then you can just plug it into your computer and automatically transfer your 3D print files to it, and then insert it back into the machine to download directly off the card. And then they have this nozzle needle, and you just basically like poke it, poke the nozzle if it's clogged. So it's very thin, as you can see, but again, it definitely works. I did enjoy this little printer, but I will say that I had some issues with it as well. Very out of the box. It's basically plug and play, I would say. And then that's the square that I was test printing earlier on in the video. And I just used the filament that was included in with the package. You do get a sample filament spool. It's very small, but it's good to just see if it works. And then I think it's called the raft. That's what was the first layer that printed out, and that's what the actual square was attached to that you have to peel off. So that was interesting as well. So that was the first thing that I 3D printed. This is the second thing that I 3D printed, which was the heart gear. The square took about 18 minutes, and this heart gear, I think it said it was about an hour, a little over an hour. But it did pretty good. I was very impressed. It's very thick too. So the layers, they looked really good to me. And then this piece right here is the wraps again, which is the first layer that printed out on the 3D printer, and that's what the gear was attached to kind of have it as support. Now this is when I started having problems. So I tried to 3D print an articulated butterfly, which is on a test file as well, and it did print, but when I tried to peel it off of the first layer, it just snapped. All of it just snapped in half. And from the discussion boards that I was reading and another video that I seen, another person had the same issue. Trying to remove it, it just snapped off. And if you could see in that left hand corner, it kind of messed up printing that first layer. And then here is some of the purged filament when I was trying to kind of clean out the nozzle. So what I did was I purged some of the filament, and then I set what do you call it? I went into the settings and I tried to set it back to default settings because I kind of messed up some of the settings. And then I was able to print this mini crate box, which I got this free file from Thingiverse, and it printed good, but there were holes in the bottom, on the sides, if that makes sense. But see, that side is sealed, but the other three are open. So but it printed pretty good. But after I printed this print, I couldn't print anything else, like nothing else printed. I tried to print this fish, articulated fish, that was a test file. That didn't do good at all, as you can see. And then this next test print that I tried to do was this cat ring. And the cat ring was said to take, I think it was like 14 minutes around about. And I tried it so many times and I didn't have any luck. It stopped at the same spot all the time. And you can see how it just blobbed up on that one and that one. And then it messed up again. So I tried it about 4 times, and yeah, never got it successfully printed out. Mind you, it could be maybe like the Z offset is off, and then that's a lot of the filament that it purged out. And then after that, I just couldn't get it to work. And then that's all the waste that I had. So, and then when I try to set it to default settings again, when it printed, it made holes into my magnetic mat. So yeah, I think maybe my Z offset was off, but I was hoping that once I set it back to default settings that it would fix it, but it didn't. It just made it worse, and the machine made like a very, very loud sound. And then it kind of took the plate off. As you can see, it's kind of like crooked. But that's what it looks like on there. It's auto leveling, everything. But yeah, after that, I just couldn't get it to work. And that's what the top of it looks like, where you put the micro SD slot. It does have only one button to go through the menu, but that's not a problem. But overall, like, I did like the Tina 2, but it printed a few things, and then after that it just like was completely broken. And then the videos from the manufacturer, they were helpful to an extent but not helpful. And then I got on Reddit everywhere I possibly could to figure out how to fix it, and I will check up most of it as just being like user error, because I don't know how to really work the 3D printing. But honestly, for the price that I paid, I wish I would have just spent a little bit more and bought a bigger, like more beginner user friendly printer. But I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye.